Have you ever felt like the more you get your life together, the more alone you feel? You're waking up early, hitting the gym, studying hard, building your business. You're doing everything right. But when you look around, it feels like you're on a completely different wavelength from everyone else. The invitations to hang out become less frequent. The late night chats turn into silent notifications you ignore to get your 8 hours of sleep. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone in feeling alone. In fact, this loneliness might be the clearest sign that you're on the right path. Let's start with a hard truth. Growth is a process of separation. Think about it. When you decide to become disciplined, you are fundamentally choosing a different set of priorities. Your focus shifts from short-term pleasure to long-term fulfillment. While your friends might be planning their next weekend party, you're planning your next week's goals. This isn't about being better than them. It's about being different. And this difference creates a gap. This is what psychologists call social divergence. You're evolving, and your social circle might not be evolving at the same pace or in the same direction. It's like you've started climbing a mountain, and the path gets narrower the higher you go. Not everyone is willing or able to make that climb with you. The air gets thinner, and so does the crowd. This loneliness often stems from a lack of relatable experiences. When you pour your heart and soul into a project, a workout, or a study session, you experience a unique kind of struggle and triumph. You want to share the excitement of finally understanding a complex concept or hitting a new personal best. But when you try to explain it, you're often met with blank stares or a polite, "Oh, that's cool." They don't get it. Not because they're bad people, but because they haven't walked in your shoes. They haven't felt the burn of the last rep or the frustration of a creative block. This communication breakdown can be incredibly isolating. You start to feel like you're speaking a different language, a language of ambition and sacrifice that few people around you understand. Another huge factor is what I call the mirror effect. Your discipline holds up a mirror to the people around you. When they see you consistently making choices that they themselves are avoiding, it can make them uncomfortable. Your dedication might unintentionally highlight their own procrastination or lack of commitment. This isn't your fault, but some people react to this discomfort by distancing themselves. It's easier to avoid the mirror than to face what it reflects. So, if you notice some friends pulling away as you level up, it might not be about you at all. It might be about them and their own journey, or lack thereof. They might even label you as boring or too intense simply because your lifestyle challenges their own. So, you're feeling this gap. You're feeling misunderstood. What do? The first step is a powerful one. Reframe your perspective. Stop seeing this loneliness as a sign of failure or a personal flaw. Start seeing it for what it is, a growing pain. It's a byproduct of your commitment. It's evidence that you're shedding old habits and old identities that no longer serve you. Loneliness isn't a stop sign. It's a toll you pay on the highway to your goals. Every successful person you admire has paid this toll. They've all spent nights working while others were out socializing. They've all felt the sting of being misunderstood. This isn't a curse. It's part of the price of admission to a higher level of achievement. Now, reframing is great, but we can't just live in our heads. We need practical strategies. This is where the concept of intentional community comes in. Your old social circle may have been built on convenience or shared history. Your new social circle must be built on shared values and ambition. You have to actively seek out your new tribe. Where are the other people who are climbing the same mountain as you? They're in the gym at 6 a.m. They're at the library on a Friday night. They're in online forums dedicated to your field of interest. They're at seminars, workshops, and networking events. Making these new connections requires you to be vulnerable. It means being the one to say, "Hey, I noticed you're always here early too. What are you working towards?" It means sharing your struggles, not just your successes. When you find someone who understands the sacrifice, the connection you form is 10 times stronger than one built on superficial common interests. These are the people who won't just say that's cool. They'll say, "I get it. I've been there." How did you push through? This is the cure to your loneliness. It's not about finding more people. It's about finding the right people. Think of it as quality over quantity. You might go from having 20 casual friends to having 3 incredibly deep, supportive connections. These are the people who will hold you accountable, celebrate your wins as if they were their own, and lift you up when you fall. This is your new inner circle, your personal board of directors. The loneliness you felt was a signal that your environment needed an upgrade. You were a big fish in a small pond, and it was time to find the ocean. But what about your old friends? Do you just cut them all off? Not necessarily. The key is to manage your energy and expectations. You can still love and appreciate your old friends for the role they played in your life. You can grab a coffee or a meal, but you might have to accept that they won't be your primary source of support for your ambitious goals. Don't expect them to understand your path, and don't feel guilty that you're on a different one. It's about setting boundaries. You can't spend every weekend with them if it derails your progress, but you can schedule intentional time to maintain those connections that still bring you joy without compromising your mission. And finally, learn to befriend yourself. A huge part of the discipline journey is solitude. There will be long stretches where it's just you and your work. If you view this solitude as a punishment, you will suffer. But if you learn to enjoy your own company, it becomes a superpower. This is when you can truly think, reflect, and strategize without distraction. This is when your best ideas will come to you. Use this time to journal, to meditate, to read, to simply be with your own thoughts. When you are comfortable and happy in your own skin, you stop depending on others for validation. Your sense of self-worth comes from within, from the promises you keep to yourself each and every day. So, if you're feeling lonely on your path of discipline, take heart. You are not broken. You are not weird. You are growing. You are evolving. This loneliness is a temporary phase, a signal that you're leaving the familiar shore to discover new worlds. Embrace the quiet. Use it to build an unshakable relationship with yourself. Actively seek out the others who are on a similar journey. They are out there, and they are waiting to connect with someone just like you. The path of discipline may start lonely, but it leads to the most meaningful connections and the most fulfilling version of your life. Keep climbing. The view from the top is worth it, and you won't be alone when you get there. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And for more content on building a disciplined and meaningful life, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.